Shout me, bro. Let me know.
So we are in the YouTube space, right? We're gonna be in the
Yeah.
social media space, inshallah care, right? So
Inshallah
like,
khair.
name me one person on YouTube or one podcast where you like, I rock with this podcast, like, and I rock with this person.
I'll
Why?
tell you, and I love this guy, bro. And you know who I'm going to say. So
I think
one
so.
of my favorite podcasts is The Pivot. Okay, The Pivot is one of my favorite
Ah,
podcasts. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
originally they were in I'm Athlete. They shifted, started their own thing with Fred Channing Crowder and sorry Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder, and Ryan Clark. So
yep.
my favorite podcaster and the art of podcasting, I think he's so good at it. And I've listened to many podcasts. I listened to Joe Rogan, of course, the big guys, to all the way to Zuby, to Flagrant, all these guys, and
Right.
these guys. There's an art to podcasting depending on the genre you're in and the people that you're interviewing. So Ryan Clark is obviously in the sports industry, and he mainly what do you call it, interviews former athletes, mainly in football, American football, and what do you call it, and other people as
Yeah.
well in business and everything. Anyways, long story short, Ryan Clark is to me one of the greatest podcasters to personally ever. Okay, and the reason why I think he's the greatest podcaster
He's
is
talented.
because
Yes.
his way of questioning without questioning is phenomenal. Like he
Mhm.
and the art of podcasting is to make your guest or even yourself vulnerable, like transparent. Okay, and he always has a way to relating to the guest, whatever it is, whatever questioning, and he asks a question without literally asking a question, and then if you watch his style of podcasting, it's very laid back. It's very this, but he can induce feelings and emotions from the other person, which I think is
Absolutely.
a remarkable
Yeah.
skill to have, and
Yeah.
not everybody has that. And I've seen it
Yeah.
across, and I'm like, this guy is a juggernaut. This guy's a gem. He to have people drop their guards and share something that they never shared before on your podcast is like stamp, man. Like that's a
Yeah.
stamp. That's like a
Yeah.
green light. That's amazing. So
He's he's done
that's my guy.
he's done it multiple times. And most notably, I loved it with interaction with Michael Beasley and how he
Ooh, the
got Michael
Beasley.
Beasley to open up, and Shaq as well, to open up about his personal life. And he's a heck of a player
You
as
know what's
well.
called?
Heck of a player.
He changed my. So one of my favorite interviews with him, episodes with him, is that when he did his episode with Dana White. Okay, and obviously Dana White has a very spotty career and all this stuff. People don't like him,
Yeah.
and when he did the interview with Dana White, he actually made me change my perspective of Dana White, and then to go even deeper of people in general. So people
Right.
have this. Let's say we do a like, I don't know, man. Like, let's say like one day we do an interview with like Trump, for example, right? Obviously people would give pushback and say, why are you doing Trump and this, that, and that. But like, when you give someone the podium and you see their human side, and that's literally that's what a good interview is. Okay,
Yeah.
just to have someone show their human side, and then the
Yeah.
rest is onto the audience to judge them. That's it.
Mhm.
And I think
Ooh,
that's the
that's
best
nice.
kind of podcaster. That's it.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. All right. He's a great one, by the way. Yeah, he's a great one. Shout out to Ryan Clark. And also the
Well,
guys as well. I love the group, the pivot,
yeah.
as
Great
well.
group. What about yourself? Who do you like?
Mine's also a sports guy.
Okay.
And I really love him for sticking to his guns and who he is. Shannon Sharp.
Ooh,
And
Unk.
yeah, Unc. Yeah, we all know him as Unc.
Yeah.
Mr. Black and Miles, Mr. Henny.
Mr. Henny, Mr. Black, astaghfirullah, but Mr. Black and
Astaghfirullah.
Miles.
But that's how people know him. No,
No, that's the way he does it on the podcast.
that's literally
Astaghfirullah,
that's
though.
what people know him as. Astaghfirullah. But
Hopefully,
I,
Allah
I
guides him one day.
yeah, inshallah. But
Inshallah.
I like him because remember when he was on CBS early after he
Yeah.
retired from
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
He got fired.
Yeah.
They didn't want him. They didn't think he was a good enough talent to
They
be
didn't
on
think
their
he.
roster.
They didn't think he was broadcast material. That's literally what they
Yes,
said. Yeah.
they did not think he was broadcast material.
Yeah.
He could have sit there and said, you know what, these guys are right. Maybe I'm not. He didn't do that. He said, okay, I'm gonna dust that off. I know my worth. I'm gonna come back better and stronger. I'm gonna show them that I'm
Facts.
better than what they said they were, than I was.
Facts. Facts.
Then eventually he landed with Skip Bayless. And he had an iconic show on Undisputed, right? With
Facts.
Skip
Yeah.
Bayless. We all tuned in. We
Yeah.
saw FS1 in that show go from a certain amount of numbers to just
So like
exponentially blowing up out of the water with the addition
exploded.
of Shannon Sharp. Did
Correct.
Shannon Sharp change who he was? No. At the core of who he was, he still was his own personality. The one that we
Facts.
loved when we saw him on Hard Knocks, on HBO, or the ones we saw him on Sundays. He was the same person. He may have improved his diction. He may have learned more vocabulary words. He may became more student of the game, but he's the same person. And that
Yeah.
same personality that did not work at CBS
Quote unquote.
worked wonders at FS1,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
overnight, it seemed like he just blew up and became Unc to all of us. And he leveraged that opportunity because they were going to let him go again.
Yeah.
He took that opportunity, said, I'm going to do it my way this time. While he was working there, he set up what? Club Shay Shay, right?
Club Shay
His
Shay.
own
Yeah.
media production company.
Yeah.
He was smart to do that while he was there because he
Yeah.
knew that his time was going to be up. When
Yeah.
they let him go, he still had that going. That was almost at 1 million followers at that time. And then he pulled the power play of all power plays. If you don't want him, Stephen A wants him. And Stephen A was the
Yeah.
biggest sports
What was
media
the
personality on the Big Five or Big Six networks, right? And what
facts?
did he do? He said, I'm going to go there on Sunday and Monday because why? That's when NFL football games are being played. I'm going to talk about the sport that I love. So not only did he get paid for that Sunday and Monday segment of ESPN, he's getting a check from Club Shay Shay, and he set up Nightcap with Ocho
Ocho
Cinco,
Cinco. That's the
one of the
boy.
other people that
Oh,
people love in sports. And so
oh my
my
goodness.
thing is, the reason I love him is not just who he is as a character, because he's such an infectious person on screen, but it's his story and his resolve to keep
And he,
going and set up his own thing because he knew the writing was on the wall or would be on the wall
ooh,
at some point. So that's why I rock with Shannon Sharp,
bro.
aka Unc. So yeah,
Number two. Well, two things. Okay. Number one, Shannon Sharp is the epitome of bet on yourself. Okay.
oh yeah,
Always bet on yourself. Okay.
absolutely,
That's number one.
absolutely.
Okay. Shout out to my boy Fred Van Vliet from Toronto
Yep,
Raptors. Well, not anymore, but he's in
yeah,
Houston.
Houston now.
But
Yeah.
Van Fleet is the one
Oh
that said that stuff. Remember, bet on
yeah,
yourself. Okay. So
yes,
number one. Okay. If you have a vision, execute, dominate, smash.
right.
That's the formula. Okay. And number two, the reason why, bro, and I'm gonna say it out loud, the reason why people gravitate towards Shannon Sharp, Unc, is that he is authentic. What you see is what
Yes,
you get. Okay.
yes,
Even with all the PR training and all this stuff, he could. The funny thing is, he could even go full PR because he still has the
no,
henny and the mild in the
yeah,
hand.
yeah, all the time.
So even with all that PR training, my guy couldn't. You can't take the hood out of him. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So literally,
no,
face value. What you see is what you get. You get me? So and that's what people when you are I can't say it. How do you say it?
unapologetic. Yeah, yeah,
Unapologetically
tongue twister.
unapologetically yourself. Okay? People will come find you regardless. Okay? And this is a famous
100%.
verse. This is a famous verse in the Quran, by the way, which is what we're gonna be. This is basically the foundation of who we are and our podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which basically is that whatever is written for us, no matter what, it's gonna find us.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and even if it's under a mountain, it's gonna find us. Okay,
Yes.
and whatever is not written for us, no matter what we do, it will never find us. I'm sorry. No matter what we
What
do, we'll never find it.
I find it? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so this shows you that this podcast just making the connection
Yeah,
between. It's funny how we both look at different things in podcasting. It's kind of funny actually.
yeah, yeah. We do.
It's
Yeah, we
funny,
do.
but
We do.
it shows you that our personalities are that different, and what when you
Yes.
listen to a podcast, what you look at, or and what I listen to podcast, what I look at,
Yeah.
and it shows you that
Yeah.
if we are authentic and we show who we are and what we do and for what it is and for what it's worth, then no matter what,
Right.
this is all gonna work out. You know, it's
Yeah.
all
That's the thing, man. Like that's the thing. So he's not Muslim. Hopefully he becomes Muslim one day.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Hopefully,
saying? But like, but he knew.
he'd be a great
He
Muslim. By the way, sorry,
knew.
I cut you off.
Oh, yeah, no, fam. Like, we don't know who's gonna become Muslim. You ask some of my classmates back in high school, is Justin gonna be a Muslim? They be like, nope, ain't no way he
Yeah,
gonna be a Muslim.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so but he has it. He has it down. You know, he knows that what's for him is for him. You know, and
Facts.
I'm not gonna let anyone tell me that it's not. So I do respect that about him. So that's good. I just wanted the people to understand kind of like, okay, where do we get our inspiration from when we're looking
Yeah,
at
man.
podcasting and or how do we want to do it? And I'm not saying I want
Yeah,
to do like Unc, you know what I'm saying? But I want to be myself.
yeah.
So I
That's
sound
it.
like Tone Loc today. That's what I sound like. You know what I'm saying? And next week I may sound like something else, you know, but I'm gonna be
You
who
know,
I am,
you
right?
never know.
So
You never
that's
know.
how it is. Yeah, I don't know. So
You don't know.